Hey Aries, welcome to your reading. So today we'll explore the messages that Spirit has for you in this moment. We'll be uncovering insights and guidance from the cards to light up your path. This is a timeless reading and will find you whenever it's meant to. So let's shuffle the cards and see what comes through. So Aries, at the very centre of your reading, we've got the totem of bowls, or the swimmers. The tide, the current actually is going with you, but I feel like that you may be having a lot of big emotions at the moment and being able to really ground yourself so as not to be overwhelmed. We've got the sun here as well, so overall this card is very positive, but what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing is this kind of emotional effort. It's like you're on the right path, you're on the right track in this situation. So whatever's kind of on your mind at the moment, what's weighing on your heart, what's the question on your heart at the moment, Aries, is that I feel like Spirit is saying that you are on the right track. Spirit is with you and encouraging you to go in the direction that you are going in right now. But it's taking a lot of emotional effort. Maybe you're having to do a lot of the emotional labour in the situation. Because what we've got crossing it is the Three of Arrows. And we see this person here who has an arrow through the heart. So a situation, so this could be a relationship situation for many of you, but take what resonates with whatever's, that I say, applies to your situation. But it's an arrow through the heart, so something or someone has hurt you, has really wounded you. And you're a warrior here in this situation, so it's almost, I'm seeing and feeling, the Aries, that like you've took it in a way, like you've took the pain and the knife in the heart with grace, that you've kept your dignity in the situation. Maybe you haven't even let on as well how much that this has hurt you. That's what I'm getting the sense of, that you're kind of determined to be the strong one in this situation and maybe not show the depth of hurt that's been caused and that a real wound's been taken place here. We've got this energy here. This is could be like your higher self energy here that I'm seeing. This is always comes with the message that it will heal, that Spirit is there to support you and help you through that. So if spirituality is something that you can lean in to help you get through this. But I'm also seeing that this could be the other person in the situation, that it's because what I'm drawn to is like the kind of laughter on this image face here, that it's like that they don't really get the hurt that they've caused. They maybe don't take it seriously. They could be completely oblivious to the fact, the hurt that they've caused you. Or like I said, that they're not taking it seriously if you've tried to speak to them about that. Because what we've got also here is the Seven of Bowls, and this is very much like a loving connection. So again, if this is a romantic reading for you, brings the Seven of Bowls. It's like what you're feeling in this situation when it was good, when it was positive, that it was really fulfilling. It had so much emotional fulfillment that it was actually, we see it overflowing here. The dolphin, again, echoing. We've got this dolphin image at the center, and we see the dolphin image here. That it's like that you were very much, things were going really well, things were going swimmingly is what I'm hearing. So it was a real sort of magical moment when this connection was made. Even if this was something like, it could even be, work related for some of you, like a career moment, like connecting to something that gave you immense joy, connecting to, it's like a wish coming true. I'm hearing like one of those moments that when everything comes together and it feels magical. And what we've got crowning the reading is the Chariot card, which is about, with this message comes getting back into your strength, Aries. That's what I'm hearing the advice is. That maybe you feel like, obviously through this wound that someone's been caused, is that it's like knocked your confidence. And Aries this is like a warrior card. Aries is a warrior. They are, you know, your fire energy. You are not afraid of fighting for what you believe in. You can be very fierce in when you are fighting for what you believe in. And I feel like Spirit is asking you to find that, dig deep and find that energy within yourself, because the Chariot, this warrior energy, is so determined and confident that they'll be able to overcome any challenges in their path. So once they've set their sights on kind of what they want and what they're determined to have, which I feel like you're actually already very clear on. There doesn't seem much confusion about the path that I feel like that you've committed to it's already underway. Like we see here with this swimmer, this dolphin who is swimming upstream, and it may be a struggle and it may be a battle, but they are in that slipstream, and Spirit in a way is sort of taking you down one path, and maybe you understand that, maybe you accept that as well. Like if it was a relationship and you've been hurt within it, it could be that you are still determined to make this work, and that you're, just for an example, and you're committed to that. Or it could be the other way, obviously, that you feel hurt and you're committed to breaking free from it. But there doesn't feel to be too much inner conflict around that. And I feel like this warrior card is just encouraging you to tap back into that confidence, in that even though difficulties might be put in your way on this journey, on this path, you've completely got what it takes, Aries, and are very capable. And we see this warrior succeeding as well. On this rainbow energy, the sun is bursting behind the clouds. We've got the eagle here, which symbolises getting like a broader perspective, you know, that kind of bird's eye view. So being able to see the big picture, and how understanding the big picture, Aries, will help you on that journey, help you to be strong and find that courage that maybe that you once had, and being able to reconnect to that. Because in the past we've got the Six of Pipes, which we see this person here who again looks like this echoing this hurt feeling, this pain, that something circumstantial, it's like that it's something's turned sour, or something occurred that kind of twisted things for you, something pure I'm hearing that was tainted. It's almost like I'm seeing the image in my mind of a pool of water being polluted. That's what it feels like to you, really. Something that was perfect, something that was pure, and it was polluted in some ways, and how that pollution sort of spreads through the water I'm seeing, and kind of poisons everything, really. And it's like this green and yellow sort of toxicity that I'm seeing. So maybe someone showed a side to themselves that took you aback, that shocked you, that you didn't think was there. Or if someone betrayed you maybe in some way, or if it was a situation rather than a person. Again, you saw things in that situation that you didn't see coming and you didn't expect to happen. But throughout it all, Aries, is what I'm seeing is that you held on to what was precious to you and what you held dear, and that ultimately you still saw the good in the situation, you still saw the good in the person, and maybe had an understanding about, once the dust had settled, about why things had occurred the way that they had. I'm just seeing that this person, you know, holding on to this deer sensitively, sort of gingerly almost, just like still protecting, still holding close what's important to you. Now in the near future, we've got the beautiful Harvest Lodge of the Stones, which is about collecting your harvest, reaping rewards of this effort, Aries, of plugging ahead, staying sort of committed to the situation. I'm feeling staying determined, being the warrior. We have the Harvest Lodge of Stones, which is about, we see this, obviously this lodge here that is full of bounty. So, and we've got a beautiful diamond here that's crowning the entrance. So it's, to me, it's like that this is the thing that you held dear to you, that is protected, that you kept it safe, that you kept it nurtured, and that through being strong and putting in the effort, that you've still kept it intact, is what I'm hearing. It's not like you're necessarily reaping the rewards, it's just that that already happened. So that already happened here in this Seven of Bowls energy when you connected to the situation. That was when the bounty was delivered in a way. That was when you made that emotional connection, and we see how it overflowed here with those feelings of love, positivity, abundance, all the good stuff. And what you've been able to do, Aries, through your actions, is protect that and keep it safe. Now the advice here is an interesting, it's the Six of Bowls, which again, this could be you, or it could be the other person involved or the other party involved, you know, whatever the situation is that someone is feeling remorseful. So I'm seeing the other party involved, so whoever's obviously caused you this wound, whoever is responsible for that. There's a sadness in this card, there's a longing, there's a disappointment in themselves. I feel like you're close, you're on their heart, you're on their mind. And the Six of Bowls is about thinking back to better times, thinking back to the past. And I'm thinking in this context, it's like thinking back with an element of regret, maybe, of what decisions that they made following that, and maybe put this positive connection, this wonderful thing that happened, putting that in some kind of danger, really. They put that at risk. And so that's the energy that they're in. I feel like an energy of regret. So let that inform your next steps, you know, to just take with it being in the advice position. I feel like it's just a warning. Warning's maybe the wrong word, but it's giving you the fuller picture. It's some knowledge to take in. Maybe this person hasn't expressed that they're feeling regret as yet, but maybe they're not acting like they are. But you can know that inside how they're feeling. I'm seeing and feeling this regret, feelings of remorse, etc. Because this is external influences. We've got the Emperor, which is a very different kind of energy. I still think it's this other party, the one who's caused you the harm, because it's the energy that's surrounding you, so the people that are surrounding you. And the Emperors I'm seeing is that it's almost like this is, if we can see how they're sat in a very similar position, cross-legged. And I feel like the Emperor, this is how they're presenting themselves to you, Aries, as being in control. Like this seems like very important to this person or this group of people. Like say if it was a work situation, like a manager or someone, or obviously if it was a romantic relationship, the partner, they want to keep up appearances, they want to present as strong, as tough, as in control. But then it's almost like this is what's really going on, is the sadness, the regret, the disappointment. So that's why I said, like, you might not be aware of actually that they're feeling this, with it being in the advice. So it's almost like this is what the hidden information, because this person is working overtime, is working hard really to pretend that this isn't going on. So maybe they're fearful of being vulnerable to you, Aries. Maybe their pride is getting in the way about admitting that they've done something wrong. I'm just going to pull a card about, how do you deal with this kind of dichotomy of this is how they're presenting, of sticking to the guns, of trying to appear strong, and then but beneath it, it's like this much more softer, much more remorseful. It's almost like that if they owe you an apology, they know they do, but they're too proud to actually say it. So this is the advice for you, Aries, about how to deal with this. And it's really, the Apprentice of Stones is really taking a very mature, grounded, practical, kind of logical energy as well. So I suppose that maybe you can't approach this person with too much emotion. That won't kind of go over well to them. This might push them further into this Emperor energy of kind of rejecting that if they feel guilty, for instance. But I suppose for you, it's like if they're presenting this, the best way for you to approach it, like I say, is to be patient. That's what I'm hearing. So the Apprentice of Stones it's traditionally, so this is like Pentacles. So it's about being patient. It's about being, like I said, mature, giving it time, maybe naturally letting it unfold and not trying to force the situation in a way. Also asking yourself, maybe this person will never openly admit to how they're feeling, and how would that inform your next steps? Do they need to do that in order for you to forgive them? In order to heal, do they need to admit this? If that's something that you need, maybe you need to have a mature conversation with them, like I say, not too heightened emotion, but in a more kind of presenting the facts kind of way. I feel like will get you the furthest in that situation. Because your hopes and dreams, which is what I've seen all along really, Aries, throughout this reading, is, so we've got the healing card. You want to get back to this, really, the Seven of Bowls. You still feel very much, from what I can see in this overall reading, you're still very much in this situation, and you want to resolve it, and you want to heal it, and you want to bring the life and the beauty and the harmony, everything that we see in this card, back into the picture, and maybe move on. Maybe you feel like, let's say, you don't need an apology necessarily, for some of you maybe, but you are committed to resolving this one way or the other, really. And in the final outcome, so the kind of likely outcome, we've got the Two of Stones. And what I see this is that you've been able to, it might take some time, but it's like this person is sifting for gold in a river here. So it's determining what you can let go and what you need to happen, and kind of setting some boundaries. It's maybe making some decisions, as in determining what works and what doesn't, and making just how that will inform you kind of moving forward together. If it's if it's a union, kind of looking back at what's happened, and also deciding kind of where your deal breaker lines are as well, with this is what I need, this is maybe something where I've got more flexibility, sort of assessing the situation is what I'm seeing, assessing the relationship and working on what remains, what is good, you know, the gold in the situation, the gold in the relationship, the gold in the circumstance, wherever you find yourself. And slowly, it's almost like I see you slowly taking your time and slowly picking through the situation, discarding what doesn't work, kind of letting that go. You know, if you find that maybe you're trying to, differences that you have is just for one, is, you know, differences that you have, kind of being able to just put them aside. Maybe that battle isn't worth fighting, but this is really important to me, so I'm going to focus my energy on that. And that feels the best way forward, is to not try and push anything I'm feeling, and just to slowly pick through what works and what doesn't, and kind of work from there, really. And this is about, I'm hearing like work backwards, but it's like backwards to this kind of energy, really, back into this healing energy, this Seven of Bowls energy. Is there anything else that Aries needs to know, Spirit? Anything else that Aries needs to know? Final messages for Aries. And there we go, we've got balance. So through that taking your time, through picking through the good to the bad, standing your ground where you need to, being flexible where you can be. We see justice and we see balance, and this is about, I see being able to hold on to your integrity, being able to hold on to what's important to you, Aries. This Harvest Lodge of Stones, which was always the goal and the message all along the way, was about protecting this thing that you knew was very valid and was very special, and you being able to preserve that and being able to reach a sense of balance, of being able to meet this person so that their needs are met, and also maintaining that your needs are met as well. And justice as well is about things going in your favour, Aries, as well. So that's a positive message. So this is a fair outcome, a just outcome for you as well. I hope this reading resonated for you, Aries. If it did, please give me a thumbs up. Leave any comments down below as well. It's always great to hear from you, and subscribe for all future readings. But wishing you all the best with this situation. Love and light.